After falling short so many times, finally tonight in Paris, Marlon Zanotelli will not be denied. He goes on to win the Longines Global Champions Tour Grand Prix, books a ticket to the Super Grand Prix tonight. And as the sun begins to slowly set, the beautiful city of Paris overlooks this wonderful event, this wonderful competition, and this wonderful performance from Marlon Zanotelli on Like a Diamond. First place tonight, his Lgct Grand Prix victory in the bag after finishing second in Madrid, second in Chamonix, and second in Rome. He would not be denied tonight, and we stand by to hear from Marlon Zanotelli to get his thoughts on how today went at one of the most famous venues of the year. Let's go hear from the winner, Marlon Zanotelli.
Marlon, these jump-offs just get better and better. How can you describe these emotions?
So hard to describe. First of all, the crowd here has been amazing. What a weekend we had with so much people come and watch and support. My mare has been amazing the whole weekend, last weekend as well. I have to thank the owners, the family Gelson, that are here and give me the chance to keep her for the sport like that. And the Caro, of course, who found the mare and put us together. But yeah, my whole staff, my whole team at home that have been supporting a lot is definitely a special moment.
I mean, we're stood here right in front of the Eiffel Tower. What a location to win the Lgct Grand Prix.
Amazing, in front of this crowd. I mean, last to go, the jump off and a special jump off like that. Like Frederick likes to say, I've been second a lot of times, knocking at the door a lot of times, and to win here is so special.
We can see you getting emotional. You're going to make me cry. Did you just give it your all there?
Yeah, and I think Diamond also, so that's why I think it worked out.
You also joined the elite set of riders in the Lgct Super Grand Prix. How about that?
Amazing. It's just, I've done the Grand Prix one time. It's just a fantastic sport there. And to be in between those kind of riders is something very special.
Do you have anything else to add to the crowd?
Thank everybody for the support. And I know I'm not French, but I'm feeling like one today. Merci beaucoup.
Thanks, Marlon.
You physically see the emotion that is going through the body, heart and mind of Marlon Zanotelli, and Like a Diamond as we look back on some of these famous moments of this pairing's victory tonight. Marlon has lost out, as he mentioned, many, many times, and now tonight is finally his night. Finally, a night for the Brazilian to celebrate on a Longines Global Champions Tour Grand Prix jump-off, better and faster than everyone around him. And tonight will be remembered for the night of Marlon Zanotelli. He will be in Prague as well at the GC playoffs at the Lgct Super Grand Prix. Heading straight back to Paris as we prepare for the winners' ceremony, as we see Marlon Zanotelli making his way out to the podium. And I think it'll take quite some time for that smile to come off the face of the Brazilian. Stopping the clock today at 36:07. Jumping clear in round one, clear in round two, defeating both of the Lilies. Lily Keenan in third place on Queensland. Clear for her in both rounds as well. A sensational performance. And then Lily Atwood, at just 20 years of age, on Col Leon, jumping clear in round one and stopping the clock at 37.55 seconds, a time that was bettered by 1.48 seconds by Zanotelli. It is as convincing as you would like in professional sport, and it makes up your podium tonight. Lily Keenan in third, Lily Atwood in second, and Marlon Zanotelli in first place. It must give credit to Eric van der Vleuten, Olivier Robert, John Whittaker and Geert Gillickson for arguably making up one of the most unique-looking jump-offs. And now we head down to Paris to welcome our three final place finishers onto the podium.
chevaux, un Queensland Corleone, Like a Diamond, et les groupes qui sont venus ici de cette fête. Eh bien, nous allons inviter dans quelques instants Lgct, mais à remettre les canaux, mais avant tout ça, mesdames et messieurs, je vais vous demander de bien vouloir vulguer, puisque c'est une compétition internationale, et que naturellement, nous allons écouter et entendre cet hymne national. Le drapeau brésilien est ici sur le banc troisième et sera à l'écran. Messieurs, merci de vous découvrir à Paris, en l'honneur de Like a Diamond et de Marlon, hymne national brésilien.
As the sun begins to set behind the Eiffel Tower, what a shot produced by our team on the ground as we hear the Brazilian anthem play and once again see a tear begin to build up in the eyes of Marlon Zanotelli. Lily Atwood and Lily Keenan on either side of him. A career best finish for Lily Keenan, and going to try and be the second youngest winner of an Lgct Grand Prix victory. Lily Atwood unfortunately will have to settle for second place today. All three of the riders on the podium jumping clear in round one, clear in round two, as Jan Tops, president and founder, comes out to congratulate both Atwood and Keenan. He now makes his way to the middle of the podium as the fans in attendance today at the Champ du Mars appreciate really strong show jumping. And that is what we have seen here tonight at the Longines Global Champions Tour Grand Prix of Paris. Again, some handshakes and congratulations. And most importantly, some might say, a beautiful acknowledgement for Marlon Zanotelli, his Longines timepiece being handed over to the winner today, who will in a few moments receive his trophy, and I think will probably be attacked by both of the Lilies, Atwood and Keenan, with the champagne, as we see the Moulin Rouge dancers making their way onto the podium as well. There it is, the winner's trophy tonight in Paris. Raised aloft, the head of Marlon Zanotelli, who turns around to acknowledge the crowd behind him as well. What a beautiful shot that is to wrap up the weekend, as all three place finishers now come on to the top podium. All smiles from Marlon Zanotelli. Dignitaries and dancers on the podium as well, as we prepare for the champagne, as we prepare for the lap of honor, and as we prepare to look back on some of these standout moments of tonight's jump-off that saw two riders get faults. 4 penalties for John Whittaker, 4 penalties for Olivier Robert. Marlon Zanotelli waiting for the go-ahead, and there it is. Not too sure where to point, but he tries his best. He tries his best to spray both Atwood and Keenan, as Zanotelli, now dripping in champagne, will remember this moment for quite some time. He was quick on the mark. Lily Keenan quicker than Lily Atwood was. And at this stage, Zanotelli spraying everywhere but to the two Lilies, Keenan and Atwood. trying his best, hiding behind his Longines cap. And now handing over some of the champagne to his team, to his crew. As we prepare for all three of the riders to once again get back on top of their horses, to do a lap of honor and have one final goodbye to the Parisians in the crowd tonight, who have witnessed some outstanding show jumping, from a home victory in the Global Champions League to the Paris Panthers, to now Marlon Zanotelli and Like a Diamond going on to win the Longines Global Champions Tour Grand Prix of Paris.
On va voir que nous avons les danseuses, la société de French Camp, enfin toute l'équipe, la troupe campanaise qui nous a rejoint et qui nous offre tout à l'heure un beau spectacle. Alors, Lily, Atwood, Lily, Keenan, Marlon Zanotelli et la cheval. Eh bien, c'est parfait tout ça. Maestro, ready? Public de Paris, ready? And then the French Camp, levez-vous,
In true Parisian fashion, the can-can being danced inside the ring, almost to the fear of Like a Diamond, who needed a moment just to regather. And Marlon Zanotelli, again with the rider's cap off in his hand, raised above his head, as he says one final farewell to Paris, one final farewell to those in attendance tonight. But no one will take away this victory. No one will take away this moment, as he goes on to win tonight's Grand Prix and make sure that he will be at the Lgct Super Grand Prix at the GC Playoffs in Prague towards the end of the year. Marlon Zanotelli will be one of the 15 riders that will go in pursuit of the Lgct Super Grand Prix title. We will look back on that Marlon Zanotelli victory, as well as the two performances of Lily Atwood and Lily Keenan. For now, though, let's try and make our way through the jump-off field and start with Olivier Robert, who at the time was looking incredibly good for the title. Ironically, after Geert Gillickson and Grandino opened up and jumped clear in 41.81, John Whittaker on Unique du Francport jumped 4 and 38.98. And as the Frenchman Olivier Robert on Vivaldi de Menu came out, all of a sudden the sun did as well, and it looked set to be a Parisian victory tonight. Olivier Robert well faster than Geert Gillickson. In fact, at the time here, you can see the split. He was miles ahead, but then drama on the very last fence, finishing almost 6 seconds faster than Geert Gillickson. But unfortunately for Olivier Robert, a man who won 2 Lgct Grand Prix in 2021, he was unable to get over that final fence, unable to get through that final line successfully. And despite his incredibly fast time, those 4 penalties meant that provisionally at the time, Geert Gillickson continued to lead the jump-off. Eric van der Vleuten soon followed afterwards on Dreamland, knowing now that he had to go faster than Geert Gillickson's time of 41.81 and had to be tidier than Olivier Robert and John Whittaker before him. So the 59-year-old Dutch veteran on Dreamland was quicker, tight on the rollback, and as he approaches the split time here, you could see that time was on his side. 2.33 seconds faster was Eric van der Vleuten, chasing 41.81. He was clean in the combination, into the final rollback, into the final line, eventually stopping the clock at 39.53. And that 39.53 gave him the provisional lead. It took it away from Lgct, and it meant that the rest of the field that was to follow needed to chase down his time of 39.53 seconds. Erik van der Vleuten, the fourth man out the gate, went on to go lead the jump-off with a time of 39.53 seconds. It meant that there were only 3 more riders to come, and all 3 of those riders had to better the time of Erik van der Vleuten's 39.53. That is where we come into the podium places now of Lily Keenan and Queensland coming out shortly after Erik van der Vleuten, chasing a career best podium finish here today on Queensland, knowing that the time to beat was 39.53 seconds. Now, Lily Keenan on Queensland makes the rollback. We get towards the split time here, and you can see again that she was ever so slightly faster than Erik van der Vleuten. But now here, as the rest of the jump-off track begins to open up, she heads into the combination and really starts to pick up speed, knowing now that 39.53 was the time to beat. Lily Keenan stopping the clock at 39.13 seconds. And a rather subdued celebration from Lily Keenan. You could almost see that she wondered if it was going to be fast enough, knowing that Lily Atwood was still to follow and the fact that Marlon Zanotelli was still to follow as well. She joins us now live on the show. Lily Keenan, thank you for joining us tonight. It must be a very bitter-sweet pill to swallow, but third place in a Longines Global Champions Tour Grand Prix is an outstanding feat. Congratulations. How are you feeling?
Thank you so much. It's not at all bitter. It's very, very sweet. This is the first time I've ever been on a podium in any of the global tours. I got my horse 2 weeks ago, and honestly, the first day here, I struggled a bit, so this was quite the comeback, and I'm just absolutely thrilled.
With such a short relationship, speak to us about what you've learned about Queensland.
Queensland has taught me that you have to let everybody be themselves, and that's the best they can be. My boyfriend, Derek Henny, when he found out that he was available, he turned to me and he said, "We're buying this horse and we're going to figure it out." And I went and tried him the next day. I got him, went straight to a 2-star, and now we're here, 3rd in a 5-star Grand Prix. So, I mean, he's unbelievable, and he's really taught me that the best you can be is when you stay true to yourself and try to understand the horse for who they are.
And with such success so early on in this relationship, how does that make you feel going forward? Where can this relationship take both of you?
I think this relationship can take us up the podium, maybe 2nd, and then a 1st would be pretty special.
Well, we look forward to seeing you climb many, many more podiums. Congratulations again today. A very special performance from Lily Keenan and Queensland. As she said, still such a young relationship, getting onto a podium, putting in a career best finish after being together for such a short space of time. One can only imagine that with more time to grow and more time to develop, that this pairing of Lily Keenan and Queensland could well turn into be a very, very special combination on the Longines Global Champions Tour for the rest of the season. Now, Lily Atwood on Corleone coming in after her teammate in the Global Champions League, Lily Keenan. Atwood and Corleone looking to be the 2nd youngest winner of an Lgct Grand Prix at just 20 years of age. Knew that the time to beat now had moved to 39.13 seconds. And here again, Corleone incredibly strong and so much faster, cutting off fractions of a second here to be ahead as she approached the combination and moved into the rollback into the final line. Here is where Lily Atwood really turned on the gas, came into that final line and stopped the clock at 37.55 seconds, almost 1.6 seconds faster. And you see the celebration from Lily Atwood. You see what it meant to her at the time. And again, I wonder if, according to Lily Keenan, no bitterness in the sweet victory at all, if perhaps it might be a slightly different case for Lily Atwood and Corleone, who joins us on the show now. Lily, thank you for joining us. Congratulations. Lily Keenan said that it is not bittersweet. I wonder for you to finish in 2nd place, is it bittersweet for you tonight?
Yeah, I mean, you know, this horse has only just stepped up this year, as well as myself. So, of course, it's a bit bittersweet to be 2nd, but, you know, I couldn't have done any more today.
And this incredible performance from you and Corleone as well. I asked Lily Keenan in Queensland, how and where can this relationship go? To perform like this with you and Corleone, where do you feel the two of you can go?
I've had the horse 3 years now, so we know each other very well. We did struggle a bit at the beginning, and I think even just this year, he's really found that extra bit of scope, so I think he has a lot more to deliver.
Do you feel that there was any way in the jump-off that you would have been able to shave off some seconds if you think back to it now?
I think maybe to the Oxer at number 3, but I also didn't want to be too forward to get the turn back. So personally, no, I stuck to my plan, and, you know, Marlon's just very fast on that horse, so.
Well, Lily Atwood, congratulations for a superb performance today. Second place in an Lgct Grand Prix is no small feat. We look forward to seeing you and Corleone in many, many more jump-offs.
Thank you very much.
A smile on the face of Lily Atwood, a good performance from her and Corleone today to get onto the podium, to finish in second place and shave a huge amount of time off the clock that was set by Lily Keenan. But unfortunately, as she pointed out, like a diamond, Marlon Zanotelli just so incredibly quick, so incredibly powerful throughout this jump-off, and perhaps it just felt destined that he was indeed going to shave time off. Let's show you what took place today for Marlon Zanotelli and Like a Diamond. And as we remind you, second in Madrid, second in Chamorin, second in Rome. But there was no second today for Marlon Zanotelli, as he was able to go on and improve the time that was set by Lily Atwood, 37.55 seconds. As it stands now, 1.21 seconds faster at the splits. This is where Like a Diamond really opens up. This is where Like a Diamond dominates the combination, enters into the rollback, and shaves 1.48 seconds off the clock. As he stares over his shoulder, looks back at the time, off the helmet goes, and the celebration begins for Marlon Zanotelli, who goes on to win tonight's Lgct Grand Prix of Paris. And our 2022 champion joins us live on the show. Marlon Zanotelli, parabéns, amigo, finalmente. It's taken a long, long time, but you are there. Talk to me about how you are feeling. Has the heart rate slowed down?
Yeah, it slowed down a little bit now. Has been a fantastic day here. Diamond has performed her best in every round last week as well in Stockholm. Very unlucky really in the Grand Prix in Stockholm, but she's in top shape. I knew that was coming sooner or later, and it worked today.
Marlon, can you take me back to when you looked over your shoulder? When we chatted to you in the winner's interview, we could physically see the emotion. I want to try and draw on that. What does this mean for you, coming so close so many times to realize this dream in Paris? How did it feel looking over your shoulder? What went through your mind?
Yeah, I mean, it's so much. The owners from the Mera here, the whole family girls, and a lot of Brazilian friends. Paris is such a special city. And to be able to win here brings a lot of emotions. Yeah, all the family, everybody that works hard behind the scenes, my staff, vets, chiropractor that is here as well, my personal trainer, so many people that is involved for this to come to the result of today. And we've been, like you said, knocking a lot of times at the door. And today worked out. I knew with Diamond, if I'm in a jump off, I always have a very good chance to be competitive and win it.
Now, not only did you win, but you shaved off 1.48 seconds in professional sports time. That is a lifetime. Did you feel, after seeing Lily Atwood come out, that you could shave 1.5 seconds off? Were you that confident in Like a Diamond to take that much time off?
No, to be honest, I don't know so good the horse from Lily, so I didn't know how fast it was. And I saw her jump off. I tried to do a similar, a little bit with tighter turns. Diamond normally turns very, very quick, and worked out. She helped me on that vertical. There was a really bad distance there, and she showed why she's such a special horse. She always trying her best, no matter what.
Well, we missed you in the Lgct Super Grand Prix in 2021. We will not miss you in 2022. And whilst there are Grand Prix to come, I want to say we look forward to seeing you at the Super Grand Prix and maybe on top of the podium once again, still this season. Congratulations again, Marlon.
Thank you very much. Hopefully another time in the top of the podium as well. Thank you.
I have no doubt, and I think it will take quite some time until that smile comes off the face of Marlon Zanotelli. Such an outstanding performance today. Him and like a diamond, 1.48 seconds faster than the rest of the field. The final results in Paris tonight. Marlon Zanotelli in first place. Lily Atwood on Corleone in second place. Lily Keenan in third, making up the podium, finishing in front of Eric van der Vleuten, Gil Gudiksen, and of course Olivier Robert and John Whittaker, the two men in the jump-off that both had 4 penalties against their name. But the night will be remembered for Marlon Zanotelli. The night will be remembered as the night that the Brazilian came to the party and was able to go on and win. What does it do for the overall championship? No Ben Meyer in the jump-off, no Christian Allman in the jump-off. It means that the two of them don't really see too much movement around them. Allman stays top ahead of Ben Meyer. Peter de Vos and Gilles Thomas now climb slightly. Spencer Smith into 5th. And Marlon Zanotelli now up to 8th place on 116 points. So the Brazilian not just winning tonight, but making up some championship ground as well. And arguably one of the strangest moments, on a lighter note, to wrap up tonight's Grand Prix. You know of a no-look pass in football, but how about a no-look jump in an Lgct Grand Prix? Because only would Olivier Robert, the Frenchman, with all of the pizzazz, decide to make a no-look jump here. As he approaches, looks to the side, Olivier Robert with a no-look jump in an Lgct Grand Prix. Trust Olivier Robert to try it. But that is where we leave it. Perhaps Frederick de Backer can find out what happened in the Lgct Grand Prix analysis. But we asked the Frenchman, what was up with the no-look jump?
Really, I think since the beginning of this year, I had 5 or 6 down palanques. So I said, I don't watch, and that's it. That's it.
But for us, it was like if you were looking into the VIP.
Yeah, because I think it works. One of my favorite rider, Patrice Delaveau, is doing that many times, and I thought that was good to do that on these palanques.
So it helped you to keep the focus?
Relax and don't go too much. I think it may. I may wait a little bit more, and my horse was staying with me a little bit more.
As if they will focus more by not looking at the impending jump and line to follow. The very special, very special Olivier Robert tonight. But as we said, the night will be remembered for the weekend that was for Marlon Zanotelli to win the Lgct Grand Prix of Paris, book his seat in the GC playoffs in Prague. And we will see you in Monaco this coming week for the 10th stage of the Longines Global Champions Tour. Who then will win their ticket to Prague, and who then, like Marlon Zanotelli and 8 other riders before him, will go on to win in Monaco this coming weekend. Thank you for joining us on LGCT. We'll see you on GCTV. We'll see you in Monaco. Good night.